Whether or not it's showing up on Twitch, we'll know in a couple of seconds, and it looks like we're live. Hopefully we're not going to experience any dreadful audio glitches at the start of the stream this time. I listened to the playback from last time, and it was really awful.
Yeah, I also listened to that one. I was just gonna ask you if that was how you would start every stream, because that was a bit weird. Even by my standards. So you have no intro at all?
Not really. I don't yet have the time or resources to put together some kind of... Okay, good. I did in fact set that to hardcore. Yeah, I don't have time or resources. Oh, hey! Sfu's already here. Hi, Sfu.
Wow! People! We have people!
Yeah!
We aren't alone in this cold and dark world. Ooh. Winter is here. I don't know. I watched Game of Thrones, and now I have all those quotes in my head.
Well, I think we can fix that by finding some better quotes for you to have in your head. At the risk of having fun with your accent, would you mind saying the phrase, "the gloomy trousers of Uncle Varnya" for me?
What? What was the end there? My voice glitched into the universe because of that sentence. What?
It's a reference to a Terry Pratchett book, specifically to The Fifth Elephant.
I do know Terry Pratchett, but which book?
The Fifth Elephant.
Oh, I haven't read that one in English, so I wouldn't know shit about that one.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't think it's even translated into my language, so whoopsie doodles. Wait, what? Say that sentence again, but pronounce it.
The gloomy trousers of Uncle Varnya.
The gloomy trousers of Uncle Varnya. Okay. Sure. That's a sentence.
At one point...
Any other sentences?
At one point in the book, The Fifth Elephant, Commander Sam Vimes, I think he's a duke by that point, is being chased through the countryside by werewolves, and what's he doing there? Right, he comes across this house with a cherry orchard out front, and there are these three sisters who live there tending the cherry orchard, and he asks them if they have clothes or weapons, because I should have mentioned here that the werewolves started chasing him while he was sitting in a hot spring, so he was only wearing his underwear as he was running through the snowy countryside. So they give him the gloomy trousers of Uncle Varnya, which I've only found out recently is actually an allusion to a different book entirely. That one is, like, actually a proper piece of classic literature of some description. It was mentioned as an example in a book about writing that James got me to listen to the audiobook for not too long ago.
Oh. This has to be one of the most convoluted things I've ever heard of. And I've heard of very convoluted things.
Yep,
so...
well, if you want convoluted things, you should have... you should look back at the circumstances of this conversation we're having right now, because you are here as my guest because I am friends with James, and James writes fanfiction that both of us like. And at one point or another, for you it's currently, and for me it was a while ago, we were both involved in helping him to make that stuff. I think you are currently an editor, and I have previously been an editor.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that doesn't even begin to cover how each of us know him, which for me, again, is to do with the stalking him part.
Okay, you know what? Let's get your side of that story. Please tell our tell our three viewers.
Oh, wait, three? That's quite a lot for you.
Yeah, it
For it.
is.
That's impressive.
I think Svu might still be with us, and it's possible that
Wow.
actually I'm counting as one of them, and maybe you're still counting as one of them anyways. So it might still just be Svu. But in case it's not
Good.
Svu, please
Excellent.
tell us more.
I mean, Swu might be the only one who actually wants to know about me and random encounter with Jamie, so
Hmm.
this
Yeah,
actually fits real well.
I was going to say you are in
Um,
fact still the only person I've heard refer to him as Jamie, and just to mess with him
I'm hoping
after
to
that,
keep it like that.
yeah.
I'm very much hoping to keep it like that. I was thinking, like when I met him, that was one of my main things that I decided that I needed to do. I
Was
need
to
to
call
find
him Jamie.
yes, I need to find something ridiculous to call him.
Oh, I
And
see.
and then I found out he's one of the most British people imaginable. His name is James Michael. You can't not make fun of how freaking British that sounds.
I mean,
Like, wow.
it it never even occurred to me to make fun of how British that sounds. But then again, my nearest ancestors were, for the most part, British. Like, you'd think I live in Canada. Obviously, we came over in colonial times. No, it's completely wrong. All of my ancestors were emigres from Britain within the last 200 years only. We were not settlers, we were not explorers, we were schmucks.
Well, that seems to be the American continent's main thing, though, so
Wow, that's the first
on
time
brand.
I've. I was going to say, that's actually the first time I've heard a stereotype of the entire continent having a brand. There's a very
I
sharp
mean,
opinion divide between Canada and the United States.
yeah,
At least,
if you ask the people who were there before, I think they would agree that there was issues
yeah, okay.
on both sides.
Fair
Um,
enough. I take your point.
I think the American Canada or fundamentally different thing is only a thing if you weren't there before all the people showed up. You know.
Yeah. Alright.
I think my perspective might be a bit different than most people's, though. So yeah, you're probably gonna get lots of interesting opinions from me.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Eastern European countries be weird. Also, I'm doing this fun thing where I'm watching the same thing on my phone that I'm watching on my computer, only like 20 seconds behind. Wow.
Is that how much
That
latency
is
we're getting?
real. It's
Interesting.
showing you destroying the what's his freaking name? Uh craft thing.
I'm good.
Minecraft.
Yeah, I take it you don't play
Jesus
Minecraft.
Christ. Yeah, it's showing you destroy that in the cave,
Okay.
which clearly didn't happen anytime in the recent past.
At least, yeah, relative to where you're watching from on my streaming through Discord.
Yep.
I take it you don't play much Minecraft.
I used to when it was a thing. I
Hmm.
feel like it might not be a thing anymore.
Oh no,
Or I
it's
mean, we have a resurgence recently. That was
yeah.
interesting.
There has been a resurgence recently, and it's definitely still culturally a thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know how well acquainted you are with the English speaking parts of YouTube, but there's
Whoa.
definitely a subset of people on there who are still actively making content of the very
Yeah,
type of stuff I'm making
I'll
here.
believe you. I'll believe you about that. I sure will believe you. Actually, now that I think about it, I have seen both Markiplier's and Jacksepticeye's Minecraft playlists,
Mm.
and they do keep happening over and over again every couple years. So yeah, you might actually have a point. Congratulations. So, but were we talking about something a while ago, or was I imagining that?
Well,
I
we've been
feel like
talking about things right along. It's just a question of what subject we stay on and whether we stay on any one subject for any length of time.
no. The answer to that is no already. I can tell you, my brain doesn't do subjects for more than 5 seconds.
Okay.
That is pretty decidedly not what I do.
Well, you seem to have the
Uh,
attention span to edit Jamie's stories.
yes, but that is a unusual circumstance. I
Fair
could say.
enough.
I just happen to be invested now. Wow, that was a block that teleported. Fun. Yeah, I
There's
think
some
that was.
iron.
Ooh, nice. Oh, wait, you just start over again every episode?
Um,
Like,
more
is
or
that
less. You know,
so that's
I
like a
completely
new trend
forgot.
or something?
I completely forgot. I should have been keeping a timer going because part of what I'm doing here is I'm using a timer to tell me when I have taken
When
too long to achieve certain milestones in the game. So I'm going to reduce that to
oh,
20 minutes since we've already been at this for about 10.
I mean, I can tell you when we started talking on Discord,
No, no,
and
no.
then you can.
It's fine. I've got the timer going now, so it'll automatically tell me when I have taken too much time to find a nether fortress.
Oh. Wait, so if you fail at finding it on time, then you lose this whatever thing you're doing here?
Yeah.
Question mark.
So the idea here is I'm trying to improve my technical skill at playing Minecraft, and that means I need to get good enough at handling this early game content so that I can just zip through it like anything and get on to the actual more difficult stuff with gathering up blaze rods and ender pearls so that I can find and take down
Yeah,
the
yeah,
dragon at
yeah.
the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah, I've only fought it once, and I had two friends helping me out with it at the time. So,
Fair. I mean, I have no idea if I've ever actually been to the end in Minecraft. Because at this point, I think I have played it every which way possible, and I've never committed to anything for more than a week, so who even knows?
I mean, it sounds pretty decidedly like you don't, so, we can probably rule out at least one person.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair.
So,
I.
I have got
Mm,
iron. I have got some food. I will probably need to find more food before this is all over. But with the amount of iron I have managed to get, I will be able to get all of the equipment that I expect to need. Let's just go ahead and turn all of that into sticks, because then we can turn that much into a stack of torches. Whoops. That much into a stack of torches, and we can turn the
nice.
rest of it into tool handles.
Oh,
What's going
I
on over
remember.
here?
I remember what I was going to talk to you about like 20 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
We were gonna talk about how I met James,
Right.
which is a new show, apparently. you know?
How I Met James?
Yeah.
I've not heard of any such show, so let's just keep focused on how you met the person named James, who is both of our friend.
Yeah, I mean, I have never asked him if he considers himself my friend, so I wouldn't make any huge
Assumptions on that.
extrapolations here. I mean, I've only met him once, so.
Fair
Eh.
enough. I mean, that's still one more time than I've met him in person. We live on opposite sides of the planet, and I've
I know
never actually
that.
been to Europe, so.
Oh, well, I would say I'm surprised, but it does seem like you guys don't do Europe as much as Europeans think you do, so.
Yeah, I mean, Canadians in general often go to other countries for vacation, but the question here is, does any one particular Canadian, in this instance me, go to those particular countries for a vacation? And the answer to that is no. No, I have never been to
Hmm.
Europe before. I have been to different parts of the United States several times, though, so.
It does have the advantage of a land border with Canada, so
There is that, yes.
yeah. It's a bit easier, I guess.
Yes. Anyways, so you were saying that you met James on account of having stalked him. Please elaborate.
I mean, that's a bit of an exaggeration for the fun of it, but I did kinda slightly manipulate my family into going to the exact country that I knew he was in, to the kinda region that I thought he might be in. So,
I see. So you figured out his approximate whereabouts and then got your whole family to schedule a vacation there for the express purpose of trying to find him.
yes, basically. So if you wanna call that stalking, we can talk stalking. If you wanna call that whatever else you can call that,
The real
there's possibilities.
question, the real question in my mind is whether you had to do any detective work once you were physically there in order to get him to meet with you.
No, I was both lazy and lucky, and he ended up being in the exact same city I was in.
So you just sent him a message
I
on Discord and
yeah,
said,
I
"Hey,
stumbled
I'm
onto
in
him.
town.
Yeah.
Let's hang out."
Yeah. That was exactly what I did. Basically
Okay,
verbatim.
gotcha.
I was like on Discord, like, hello, person who has no idea who I am and who I only vaguely am aware of existing, but I'm kinda intrigued by. Would you like to meet me? And he was like, what? And then like, let's have drinks. And I was like, yes, on my family vacation. Perfect. Sounds like my parents would love this. Going to meet a random strange man and have drinks. Excellent. Basically, yeah,
Well,
that was.
you do have his reactions down pat. What is precisely what I expect him to say in that situation?
Yeah, that was exactly what my parents did that as well. So at least it was very mutual. Everybody except for me said lots of what's in that vacation, and I was having fun. So there's that. Basically, I was pretending that I'm like a
You were pretending that
dramatic
it was
character from somewhere.
yeah, you were
Doing
pretending it to be
relevant
more
things.
dramatic than it actually was while you were playing for effect.
I mean, there's some drama that you need in your life, you know?
I
And if you
mean,
can't have it otherwise, you must generate it from nonsense. Is my opinion.
okay then. Personally, I try to keep my life as free from drama as possible, and I think James is of a similar opinion, so maybe that's why he and I are friends, and you and he are people who randomly met due to your manipulations of your family's vacation schedule.
Yes. Possibly. Although I would like to.
There's some gravel.
Birds.
Finally. Oh my. It caved in the river.
Well, you just killed this sand. Bye, zombie.
No, I need to get rid of these guys. They're gonna be too much of a problem if not. Come on. There we go.
Well, anyway. So, yeah.
It was all for this. It was all for this one little rock, Oolaan.
Yes.
That's all we were here for.
Yes. I mean, even I know what you use flint for, so
Yeah. So,
you're not exactly surprising me with this revelation, but thank you for narrating, I guess.
I
Very kind of you.
should occasionally acknowledge that I'm playing Minecraft. How else are people going to know that I'm playing Minecraft?
Yeah, that's actually a point.
Mm-hmm.
Good job. You made a observation. An observation? English is weird. And I have proficiency in it, and it doesn't make it any less weird. So,
Fair enough. Personally, I speak a little bit of Japanese, and I was also in French immersion from kindergarten until the 8th grade. So I can just
Ooh.
about get by in French if I really have to.
Ooh. Ooh la la. Je m'appelle Oolaan. My French level has been reached.
Okay. I was wondering where you were going with that.
Yeah, I learned 2 years of French and remember 3 sentences if I'm lucky. I mean, my French usually goes from Je m'appelle name to oui oui baguette. So
Well, congratulations. You're maintaining a level of French that my dad speaks, and he's never taken any French lessons at all.
yes, that's completely accurate.
Although
I mean, I tried.
he does tend to pronounce merci beaucoup, thank you very much, as murky buckets.
Okay, so
Although
that's
we're pretty sure he's
thing.
doing it as a joke. He's self-aware enough that he could do that as a joke. You know,
So
just because it's fun to poke fun at people who live in Quebec.
I mean, again, you do have the advantage of living in Canada, which, according to my understanding of Canada, which is a bit murky, is a place where people speak French. So, you know.
Well, here's the thing. I live at the other end of Canada relative to where all the French-speaking people are. And the only thing that people at my end of Canada have in common with people at that end of Canada is that we are not the United States. Seriously, that's it.
Okay.
Canada's cultural identity, the only part of it that is uniform across the entire length and breadth of Canada is, hey, we're not the United States.
And good on you.
I'm pretty much convinced at this point that the whole reason that Canada exists is because the British government in the 1860s decided that they needed to do something to prevent the United States from sprawling over the entire continent of North America.
Fair.
And
Does seem
they are
reasonable.
definitely they were definitely correct that there was a sentiment in the United States at that time that something of that nature was going to happen. And I know this because I have read the first American English translation of Newton's Principia Mathematica, the book in which he describes the theory of gravity, but the what do you call it? The foreword to the first English edition explained that that edition had been printed specifically as a textbook for American school children. And in that foreword, they mention, just in an offhanded, passing sort of way, that one day all American school children from Baffin Bay to Panama will be reading this textbook. And I thought to
Wow.
myself, that's a bit more America than we have nowadays. I wonder what this fellow was thinking.
I mean,
And then I checked the publication date on that textbook and found out that it had been first printed in the 1820s. So before Canada was a thing.
yeah.
So
I mean,
that's my first-hand experience of a primary document displaying the doctrine of manifest destiny. And hey, remember when this was a Minecraft Let's Play?
not the history lesson. Well, I do have some acquaintance with oh Jesus English why I do have some acquaintance. Why am I trying hard words? I should just stick to four little words. Why?
Well, I do hope you expand your vocabulary beyond four-letter words, because the last time I heard the phrase four-letter words, they were using
I
four-letter
never more
words as
letters.
a
Yeah, yeah,
euphemism for coarse language.
yeah.
Most of the English swear words are four-letter words.
I mean, English swear words or American swear words, because the British swear words have some fun swear words with all the letters.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, you can go for like, I don't know, bloody hell and poppycock and all the other fancy things that I cannot pronunciate like a British person. I don't know what accent that is. Never mind.
I,
I have literally
is
no idea
everything
what I.
is everything going all right on the audio side for you? Because we just got a major burst of static.
Mm, I didn't hear anything besides my mumbling, so it's probably fine.
Well, it seems to have died down for now.
It might be on your end.
I don't think so. I'm
Wait,
fairly well
I'm gonna,
acquainted with my
I'm
own
gonna listen
equipment,
to
and I'm.
I'm gonna listen to the Twitch stream for a moment. Oh wow, it's lagging a hell of a lot. Jesus Christ. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, my own terrible voice. I hate it.
I'm going in circles.
Yeah, you are.
This is a problem.
What are you even doing?
I'm trying to find a standing pool of lava. That's the next thing on my to-do list. I need to find a standing pool of lava that I can convert into a nether portal so that I can move along with finding those blaze rods.
That's fair. Uh, yeah, I always forget how much I hate my own voice. It's terrifying how little I sound like what I actually think I sound like. If I listen to recordings of my own voice, I'm reminded of a 18th century ghost of a murdered orphaned child, which is a very specific, horrifying image.
I was going to
Even
say, have you been watching John Mulaney's stand-up routines?
that's completely possible that I stole it from him. Completely possible.
Okay. It's a little hard for me to tell how much internet culture overlap there is.
I mean, for other people, less. For me, too much.
I see. I know that Russia has their own cat memes, but I couldn't really say in your case because, for one thing, I don't know what country you're from, and for other things, I don't know whether or not whatever country it is you're from has its own distinct internet culture, or if it relies primarily on imports.
I mean, we technically have all the culture. We just
Oh,
don't, you
yes,
know.
everyone's got all the culture, or at least access to all the culture. The only question is
And
whether
no, no,
people in
no.
your own culture are
There's
making,
everyone. Oh no.
whether
Uh,
people in your own country are making their own versions of internet culture.
I think we are. We are known for having the internet, all the internet you can need,
All
and
right.
then some. That's actually a pretty good clue. If you knew anything about like anything East European, you would probably already guess which country I'm from. If this accent wasn't already doing it, which is, according to some people, aggressively awful. Uh,
Okay then. Well,
yeah,
folks,
and
now on stream, my appalling ignorance of the affairs of Eastern Europe, because not only do I not have any guess of what country that accent is from, but also no idea what countries in Eastern Europe have good internet.
hmm, okay, that's
Hey,
fair.
Sfu,
Given
leave your best guess in the chat.
But I do have to say that according to my, I'm gonna use the word sister in the most loose way you can imagine here. So don't go thinking of any genetic association. But we
What
do
on earth
have
other
a
kinds of
British.
association is there?
Uh,
I'm pretty sure sister almost always implies a genetic similarity.
no, not in that case. It's
Oh,
think by
there goes
law,
the
by
alarm.
marriage, and by, you know, happenstance,
I see.
basically.
Well, I've run out of
Anyway,
time in this world, and, unfortunately, I'm going to have to call
haven't
this
exactly
world
gotten
there
anywhere.
and start over. But,
Haven't exactly gotten
to any
anywhere.
of
I
the
do have.
3 viewers who haven't already, follow me on Twitch! Subscribe to me on YouTube! Do it! Press the buttons! Press them now!
There's
Do it!
still,
Do it! I'll keep waterboarding you until you press those buttons! Grrr!
there's still only me, you, and Svu. And Svu is not saying anything, so
Yeah,
I
looks
mean,
like it.
it's there for all the people who will ever stumble upon this brief moment in history in the future.
Yes,
I
well,
guess.
I've plugged this stream to the one of my friends who I most consider a social butterfly, and apparently they enjoy it because they like the sound of my singing when I do that on the stream. So
Ooh. So, Witcher song? Did you figure out what it was actually gonna be? This
you
new
see,
version of
I
yours?
I haven't quite gotten it down pat yet because I think I mentioned in a stream earlier this week that the problem I'm having with it is that the number of syllables in O Valley of Plenty,
Yeah, it's a bit
that's
tricky.
they change notes as frequently as they change syllables,
Hmm.
which makes it so that O Random Viewer ends
Yeah,
up having, you end up
I
holding,
tried that.
yeah, you end up
That was
holding
terrible.
one syllable for 2 notes, which is not what they did in the original, and it sort of throws
Yeah,
off the
yeah.
rhythm.
I mean,
And we're
I was
trying not to
thinking.
get thrown off our rhythm.
I was thinking of something like. Hmm, I do have to mention that my nose is pretty stuffy right now, so it's gonna sound exceptionally terrible. Even besides that 18th century ghost murderer victim thingy. But like, click follow for your Twitcher for plenty of content.
Hey, I
Oh,
like
ridiculous
that.
content. Oh, so
That's a good angle. Thank you for that lyric. I think I will have to incorporate that into the final version. Click
yeah.
follow to your Twitcher for plenty of content, for regular
Ridiculous.
content.
No, no,
Oh,
ridiculous content.
oh, for
Because I don't.
ridiculous content. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Well,
definitely ridiculous what we're doing here. It's a whole lot of mess. I think you can change it to regular content when it actually when you actually get into a rhythm. I think that's when you can change it. For right now, it's a bit you know.
ridiculous. Okay. I will concede the point. This is fairly ridiculous. I'm bludgeoning sheep to death with a wooden pickaxe again. This is this is ridiculous
It's a
enough.
waste. No. It's a waste of a good pickaxe, is what it is.
Well, no, here's the thing. I'm going to have to upgrade to a stone pickaxe somewhere along the lines here. So, I don't actually need this pickaxe for the entire length of the durability it has. I
Yeah,
just
that's
need
fair.
it for the length of time it'll take me to mine out 3 pieces of cobblestone so that I can get the upgrade. And like that, the
Yeah,
wooden
and
pick
then
is
you can
useless.
use. No, not useless. You can cook food with it, which is what I do with all of my wooden stuff.
I see. Well, it is true that you can throw it into a furnace and use it to cook with. However, that use is also now obsolete since I've also got all this coal.
Yeah, that's fair. But the coal is usable for other things, which this pickaxe is not. So, you know, might as well.
Unfortunately, it doesn't look like there's any iron down this hole.
Not yet, anyway.
Not yet, anyway. Plenty of coal, though, so we should be self-sufficient in coal down at the bottom of this hole. I might even be able to afford the luxury of some torches to light things up.
Hmm. That's always useful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying real hard to remember when we were actually talking about something. Oh, why not sister? That was the thing we were talking about.
Yes, and I've forgotten why you were bringing her up now.
No, it's just that she happens to be British, and she thinks, or rather, her brother thinks that I have the worst accent. You know, as in capital letters EMCR.
Hmm.
So.
I mean, that seems like a
Also,
rude thing to be saying to your in-laws.
well,
It's like,
yeah,
yes,
probably.
Oolaan, we're family now, and I just need to tell you that you have the worst accent.
Yeah, that was because I made the mistake of implying that I might not have the accent of the country that I was from, but rather an weird amalgamation of all the accents I've ever heard. And he went all, no, you definitely have the accent of the country you're from. Don't try to trick yourself. And I was like, wow, you are
My
not
goodness.
nice.
The tremendous tactfulness of British people.
Yep. Also, he's
The
the only
height of
person I met.
civility and manners.
I mean, they do have the history to back it up. I guess. Yeah, he's the only person I've met who has even more British name than James.
Really?
And I don't know how that's possible. I really don't.
trying to think here. Is it
Yeah.
Edward?
No. And
Reginald.
no, I'm not gonna tell you his full name because that would kind of defeat the purpose of us,
Okay, okay, fair enough.
not being not being obvious about who we are IRL. But let's just say that his name involves both the name Ben and the name Peter.
That is an impressive. Yeah, that does
Oh,
sound impressively British.
oh, and the name Bill. Just mentioning. All three of those are in some configuration in his name.
Wow.
So,
Yeah, that does sound aggressively British. And not even like in a way that you'd tightly associate with an obvious stereotype. Like, I went after Edward and Reginald because those sound like British stereotypes to me. But
yep.
no,
He just sounds like
the
a real
three-
British person.
the three that you just gave, those do sound pretty darn British. Okay.
So yeah, it's fun. Did you
and
miss
there's even
one iron or
more
something?
cave. Oh, no. We've reached the end of the cave. Finally. The real, final end of the cave.
You do have a lot of coal, so that's good.
Yeah, got enough coal for the time being. But I am now entirely out of wood.
Abby the Terrible. Wow. I have to
Yeah.
say that for some reason Tabby doesn't sound like the name of someone who is terrible.
Yeah,
It's a bit too cute for that.
Yeah. If you want the full story behind that one, you'll have to go back and listen to the first stream I did with James.
Did he also compliment you on your adorable name?
No, actually, he just read off somebody's comment that Tavy the Terrible sounded like a name with a story behind it, and then I told the story.
Oh.
But in the interest of driving more views to my content, I'm going to have to insist that you go back and listen to it yourself rather than having me rehash it here. We do fresh, new, spicy content on this channel, not rehashes of old leftovers.
Such as making fun of British people? Yes?
I mean, that's not what I was planning to do when I woke up this morning, but here we are. Did I remember to set the timer again? Yes, I remembered to set the timer again. We've got 20 minutes left on this world. We've found iron. We need to go! I need to get more wood.
I still have to admit that I have no idea why you're doing this weird challenge.
Yeah, the challenging aspect of it is that I've found that if you try to beat the Ender Dragon, the world that you end up playing on is one enormous roll of the dice involved in that. You can have worlds that make it extremely easy to get all the resources you need to complete all the steps you need to do in order to beat the dragon. Or you can end up with a world where you're in the middle of... like, you're on a single island with a single tree, and there's nothing in any direction but ocean, as far as you can see, and as far as you can swim. And as soon as you get in the ocean with the intent of trying to cross to the mainland, you get stabbed by drowned zombies. It's not a good time. So, the way I'm making sure that I don't waste too much of my time on worlds where I'm not likely to get to the end in a timely fashion is I'm saying, okay, if I spend more than 30 minutes before I even get into the nether, then that's on me, and I will need to start over.
Okay. So basically, Minecraft has decided to steal the thing from Harry Potter 6? Zombie Island thing?
No, this isn't. The drowned are not like in Fury. It's just drowned zombies. To be honest, that there's nothing
I
terribly
mean,
special about them. It's definitely
they're both drowned,
okay. Yeah,
so.
they're both drowned in specific context of what happened towards the end of book 6 of Harry Potter, but at the same
Oh, blood
time,
drink.
it's not an obvious ripoff, is what I'm saying. They're
It's only obvious when you spend that much time,
yeah. I was going to say,
as I assume you and I both do, messing
well,
around with Harry Potter.
I don't actually spend all that much time on Harry Potter related things these days.
Hmm. Well, you are in Minecraft now, apparently.
Yep, mostly into Minecraft. Minecraft and the stock market.
Yep. With your, how many was it?
On Saturday, I had purchased 3 stocks. Well, more specifically, when I spoke to James on Saturday, I had purchased 3 shares in GameStop stock before the market closed on Friday. But then, in this past week, as the price dipped, I improved my position by lowering the average price of the shares that I have by buying the dip, as they say. So I made a second purchase. I now have 6 shares, and my average price has dropped from the 300 it was at when I bought the original shares to now it's I bought the second 3 shares at around 100, so now the average price of my shares was only 200, so I only need to see the price go back up over 200 in order to realize a profit. And would you look at that? There's a pile of lava.
Lava.
Conveniently located next to both a hole in the ground, but not a big one, and some water. So I'm going to get a bucket full of water, and while I'm down on the coast here, I'm going to look for a bit of gravel to get a flint and steel with. And I am not seeing much in the way of gravel.
Sorry, I'm moving around here. My leg completely died and now I can't feel it and it might be part of my body anymore. Did somebody steal my leg? Help. Ouch. God damn it.
There's some gravel.
You do not seem very saddened by my demise here.
Well, neither
I'm
do you.
insulted. Well, details, as they say. Tiny details.
You sat on your leg funny, and, well, frankly, you should have seen that one coming.
Yeah, probably.
That's the other big stereotype about Canadians that people get wrong, is people think we're...
You are not nice.
Yeah, people think we're nice and polite people, but the truth is that many Americans are, in fact, much nicer and much more polite than Canadians, and the reason that's the case is because we live next to Americans. Have you met Americans? They all go around armed all the time. If we weren't nice to them, and therefore gained a reputation for niceness, they probably would have shot us by now.
Yeah. I can't argue with that, so... Actually makes sense. I think I didn't once believe that niceness thing you were going for, given that people usually say that me and my countrymen are the quiet, sullen Jon Snow types, and I don't know if you have noticed, but I don't do silent. So, you know. Stereotypes.
They exist for a reason, but they may not be applicable in any given case.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oops. There was a
Although,
puddle
to
of
be
water
fair-
immediately next to this the whole time.
Which you
Jeez.
didn't notice.
Which I did not notice.
Yeah, what I was going to say was that at least with us, we wrote this whole book about us being real sullen and sad all the time. So I guess it's fair.
Okay. Sorry, I'm doing this business with the setting up of this portal, and it's one of the trickier steps in this process. So pardon me if I'm a little distracted just at this moment. There we go.
Yep, I noticed.
Okay, water, get out of the way. I need to start a fire. There we go.
Oh.
Okay, I've got my shield, I've got my weapons, I've got not even nearly enough iron to make additional weapons. Or armor, rather. I don't have nearly enough to make additional armor. However, that's not what this test is about. So, I'll gather up a bit of the cobblestone, and then let's go. Alright, come on. Nice open terrain, but not so open. We need a happy medium here. Well, it's a blue forest, so there should be lots of Endermen around. Yep, already seen 2 of them.
One.
But I'm not. Oh, jeez. Hi there.
Whoa.
Why are you angry at me already?
You are dead.
Okay, you know what?
Congratulations.
You know what? I'm not gonna give that Enderman too hard a time over this situation, because although I had not yet intended to, well, although I had not stabbed him yet, I was definitely thinking about it. So,
Yeah.
kudos to him for getting his defense in ahead of time.
Yep. This one had the danger sensors on high alert.
Yep. Nope. Can't get believe the Enderman comes here. Do we have any new viewers in the chat? No, we haven't. And judging by that figure, I think Sfoo's probably left us.
Let me see. Yep. He sure has.
This is
Wow.
unfortunate.
But there is a person here whom I do not know. So,
Does Dumbledore have an E on the end of it?
yeah,
Okay.
sure does. Wow. Wait, but there is this. Should I try to pronounce this or should I not? That is the question. Ildera? Ildelera? Huh. There is a name here which I do not know who is watching and is not saying much.
Okay,
So,
well, welcome in any case.
yes.
Say hi in the chat. We're always happy to engage with people. Sure saves
And
us
how
having
do
to
I
make
know?
our own fun.
Yeah. Ildelera? I'm not trying to pronounce that. That's gonna insult me mostly, but other people as well.
I was going to say, it won't insult you, it will disgrace you. It'll insult other people.
Yeah, it will be an insult upon my memory when I die.
No,
They will all remember me for
the,
that one time
the
I could not pronounce a name.
no, that's still a disgrace, not an insult.
Well, do play along, you Crumpy. Wait, did I see a lava thing here? Oh, I did.
Yes, and it looks like there might just be enough of it if I
Yes.
handle this correctly. But the real question, is
Oh, that's useful.
whether there's Cursive Binding Golden Boots. That's a bit hit or miss.
You can make iron stuff from the ingots, can't you?
Yeah, we've got enough iron here for two pieces of iron something or other.
Yeah, you can make yourself a sword at least.
Yeah. Not a great starting point, but, you know. Yeah. Wait. Crap. Still need the wooden pickaxe. There we go. Come here, pig. I will slay you and dine on your flesh.
I think they're used to it at this point.
And I'm not seeing any more of them. Why are there not any more of them? Foxes. Foxes are good. Cow.
Nom nom.
I missed.
Wow.
There are
Like
worse
10
things to have
seconds
stuck to
behind
my
now.
feet than that.
You're gonna need some iron for a bucket.
Yes. Yeah, that's not even gonna finish cooking this. Also, I donked that up. I made a furnace, but forgot to get enough cobblestone to make stone pickaxe. Dishonor on me! Dishonor on my whole family! I am a disgrace!
Dishonor on your cow as well.
Oh good, you got the reference.
I do have the most general knowledge of things, thank you. That wasn't a very hard reference to get. Although I haven't seen the Disney live action nonsense.
As I understand it, you're not missing out on much then.
Yeah, I do, recognize that fact.
Need to find some coal.
Huh. The Twitch has decided I am not watching you anymore. So you're now down to one viewer.
Strange.
Yep. No, wait, it says 2 viewers but doesn't say my name. It's even more interesting. Well.
Alright, well.
Anyway.
Next priority. I was going to say next priority is to find a cave with some iron in it, but we've got another pool of lava right there. Too much lava, not enough iron. This is the sort of situation I was telling you about. This is why I have the timer, because occasionally I'll get a world where everything goes my way, and occasionally I'll get a world where nothing goes my way, and then we've got these weird cases in between where some things go my way and I end up spending too much time trying to solve my problems and end up getting caught in a loop where I don't get much of anything done because I'm running around looking for the one last thing I need to find.
I mean, I do recognize what you're doing right now, which is collecting beds.
Yeah.
For some reason.
So here's the fun thing about beds. They're explosive.
Ooh.
Under the right circumstances.
Ooh la la. That's some iron.
Yes. Yes, it is.
No, do continue about that exploding beds thing, because that sounds very intriguing.
Yes. So the short version is that depending on what dimension you're in, and depending on... what else does it depend on? What block they're placed on top of, I think. Beds will explode if you try to sleep in them. So, one of the main ways that people have discovered for dealing lots of damage against the End Dragon is that they will place a bed near the spot where the dragon goes to perch, and then when the dragon perches there, they can attempt to sleep in the bed, causing it to explode, dealing huge amounts of damage to the dragon. And if they have gone and removed all the crystals ahead of time, then the dragon won't have a way to recover the health from the explosion, but the player, who will have thoughtfully brought along plenty of food, will be able to run and hide behind a... be able to run and hide behind something long enough to regain their health, and the dragon will have no way of doing that. I think I've already pillaged this part of town.
Yeah, you do have.
But maybe not this one. Sorry, child, I am taking your bed.
For the British sentiment.
I don't think that's a British sentiment. I think that's a Minecraft sentiment. I don't know of too many British colonialists who went around robbing people of their beds.
I mean...
I mean, I've definitely seen blog posts that were
I mean,
explaining somebody's...
So why not beds, is my question. Do you have an answer to that question?
No, sorry. I got a little bit derailed there. I was thinking that I have definitely seen blog posts that compare the activities of the player in Minecraft to the activities of colonial-era outfits, but instead of following that thought to its conclusion, we somehow got onto the specific depredations of the British during colonial times.
Yeah.
Where was I going with this?
I don't think it's relevant. I don't think we were going anywhere. We were just saying words.
I try not to just say words as a rule.
Yeah, you failed. If that was a thing you were doing.
Well, congratulations. You will never be brought on as a guest again. We can't have this kind of derailment.
I know. I mean, that's my main thing that I do. I appear and I derail. So, congratulations, you have discovered my secret.
While coincidentally having learned very little useful information about you as a person.
I
Still
mean,
don't know which country you're in. Only know that it's in the same time zone as Cyprus. And really, that's a pretty wide stretch of Eastern Europe.
yeah, but you do have the advantage of having only one, what's it, 24th? 1/24th of the Earth instead of the whole world to consider. So, you know, positives?
Consolation prize.
Yes, basically. And you know that I'm a, you know, not boy now. So that's the thing you have learned.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I figured that out somewhere along the lines when James mentioned your pronouns. Oh, that's a pillager tower. Okay, just gonna give that a wide berth.
Hmm. Well, speaking of James and pronouns, he was very surprised that I was a she. So that was fun. He mentioned that on like 4 different occasions, how he was. What was it? It was a very specific percentage, I have to say. It was like 87% certain that I was a boy. And I was
You know
like,
what I'll bet
huh.
that is? I'll bet that somewhere along the lines he's seen statistics about the people in his own
You were
audience.
paid. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think it was something like that. I still thought
And
it
you
was
know, in
really.
fairness to him, I would also have suspected that most of his viewers were female, or sorry, that most of his viewers were male rather than female. So,
Yeah, but you know what they say.
it's a
I'm
statistical
not gonna end.
distribution. It's a
No, I'm
statistical
not gonna end.
distribution, not a certain
Yes.
thing.
No, that was not what I was gonna say. But I was curious how you would end that sentence. So
Yeah.
cool. No, I was gonna
Audience
say.
statistics are that. They're statistics. It's a distribution. For any randomly selected audience member, these are the odds one way or the other. Why can I
Yeah.
not find... There's Cole.
Oh,
Finally!
okay.
I
You
can
can.
cook things!
Yep.
Now you know all I need to do is find some actual iron and we might be able to get this show on the road. Sometime while I'm still breathing. How are we doing for time? And I forgot to set this world's time. Okay, gonna just knock that down. Assume I've been at this for 10 minutes.
It's a reasonable assumption, I would say.
Yeah. That did in fact work. Yes, good. Okay. 20 minutes on the clock. We've got basic tools, we've got coal, still need to find iron. Then I've probably come too far to be able to effectively backtrack to either one of those lava pits that I've already found. So, yeah. Gonna need to find a new one of those.
You have a friend?
No, I have a snack.
Wow. You evil fiend. Ooh, a hole.
Yes.
Those are always nice. I mean, unless you're in the movie holes, in which case,
Well, in that
not
case,
really.
holes might still be nice, on account of the fact that they were definitely digging for treasure and that they definitely found it in the end.
Yeah, I mean,
And,
mm,
that guy got to break the curse on his family, so I'd say that all the holes worked out nicely in the end in that movie.
yeah, but the child slavery or like this child labor thing that was going on was a bit
Okay,
unnice. At least
sure.
for the children.
The,
Let's
uh,
say that
the,
they,
the child labor was a bit harsh, but you need to remember it was a detention center for juvenile delinquents. Sure, the two main characters
well,
were there on false pretenses.
yeah,
Well, actually, you know what? I don't
both
know
of
about the.
them.
I don't know about the sidekick character. I don't know if he was there due to a.
No, no, I think the sidekick character stole it, and the main character got blame. So
Yeah, but there was some element of confusion involved because. Okay, well,
I mean, I think they thought they were for free because they were
no,
used
no.
shoes.
The sidekick character definitely knew that he had stolen the shoes. Um,
I mean, somebody dropped them down a bridge or something, and then the Shia LaBeouf or whatever the guy was. Was it Shia LaBeouf? I mean, he looked like Shia LaBeouf, so.
it was long enough ago that I don't remember clearly whether it was Shia LaBeouf or not. But as soon as you said it, I was like, yeah, okay, that was probably Shia
That
LaBeouf.
sounds like something Shia LaBeouf would do. So let's go with Shia LaBeouf. Anyway,
Shia
the
LaBeouf would definitely get framed for having stolen a pair of sneakers from a charity drive
yes.
and then
I mean,
get
he
sent
looked
off to a
suspicious.
juvenile detention center where they
Yes,
use child
he
labor
looked.
to dig for treasure in the middle of a salt flat. Crap.
Yes, and
Mistimed that.
according to my own logic, I would say that your logic of the holes being good is a slight
Oh
exaggeration
no, I wasn't
because
suggesting it was good. I was suggesting that it was justified.
uh, yeah, but we were I at least I was
The holes
talking
as
about
such.
holes being bad sometimes,
Hmm.
and you decided that because they might have treasure, they might be good. Which I would take the treasure without the holes personally. I mean, if you like the treasure with the holes, that's your own decision.
Okay,
But I
okay.
personally,
I think we're getting a little tangled up here. Let's backtrack. We've got a few essentially different cases here. One is naturally occurring holes in Minecraft, which may have iron in them, which is what I am looking for. And yes, I think in this context, holes are always good, because holes contain the valuable substance which I am looking for. In the movie holes, the holes are not necessarily good because they may be being used to perpetrate injustice by being a case of unjustifiable child labor where,
I mean, is any child labor actually justified? If you actually think about it,
well,
I think there are other ways to punish, you know,
juvenile
young.
delinquents. We
Yeah,
can probably
yeah.
find a better way of treating child delinquents than forced
Holes.
labor camp. Um, that said, what was the next point? The
Wow,
next
you're
point
convinced.
the next point was that we need to bear in mind that the holes in holes are a fundamentally different case than the holes in Minecraft. because the holes in Minecraft
Oh,
are
item.
naturally occurring cave systems with lots of mineral wealth in them, whereas the holes in holes are man-made, being used in a child labor camp by a unscrupulous person who is attempting to exploit the penal system for free labor. Or, discount labor.
Fair. I mean, you definitely have some kind of an argument there.
Well, my argument is only that the two are different.
Yeah.
And that their essential
I mean, one of them
differences
is also
mean that
a
they must
computer
be considered as essentially different.
Yeah.
So yes, we
Again,
started this out on a little
game.
bit of a confused ground, but you're not derailing me this time. You don't get to muddy the issue. The holes in Minecraft are fundamentally different from the holes in the movie Holes, and no one is trying to make Shia LaBeouf do forced labor here. These holes are unambiguously good.
If you have found this one argument which I cannot argue against. There is indeed no Shia LaBeouf in this stream, which is fundamentally bad for you.
Yeah, if Shia LaBeouf was here, we might conceivably be able to draw a larger audience. But
Like
that was not what we were discussing, Oolaan.
Wasn't it? Are you sure?
Yes.
The delayer has struck again.
No, it definitely hasn't. You have failed to derail me on this point.
I mean, we have been derailing this whole time. So...
No.
I don't think...
You fool. You absolute madwoman. I am the one who won this round. Because you see, by generating this kind of engagement and this kind of a conversation, I have in fact generated content.
Yeah, and what am I?
It wasn't the content anyone signed up for when they clicked onto this stream, but by Jove, it was content.
Yeah, but conceivably, you could have anything be content, so that's not a high bar at all.
It's definitely not a high bar. But at the same time, I didn't know what I was getting into when I invited you on this stream. I just wanted somebody to talk to for the views. And now that I've had that, I'll be able to archive this stream over on YouTube, and I will include Shia LaBeouf and Holes the Movie as part of the tag cloud associated with this stream.
Ooh.
And that will enable me to use that part of this discussion as a selling point on YouTube's algorithm. We had a meaningful discussion about Holes the Movie and child labor laws. It wasn't a very meaningful discussion, but I still won.
Don't kid yourself. It wasn't a winnable situation, it was a mess, is what it was. And I managed to make such a terrible reference to what's the freaking movie? Princess Bride? No? Yes? Anyway.
Where did the Princess Bride enter this?
I made a reference to it and it was so bad you didn't even notice.
Okay, back it up. What was the reference? Because I have seen that movie. I should have seen that reference.
Conceivable in that tone of voice.
Okay, I thought that was just your voice cracking.
Yeah, it was, but then I realized it was a reference. But as I said it.
Ah, I see.
And yeah, I should have said inconceivable, but that wouldn't have made any sense with that conversation, so... Anyway, we have to discuss Princess Bride now, so you can add it to the list.
And how do I know that we have to discuss Princess Bride, and not that this is another attempt to derail me?
You will never know!
Oh no, I definitely will know, because you're playing both sides of that, so that you win no matter what. So the only winning move from my perspective is to find something to talk about other than Princess Bride. However, You fool! You absolute madwoman! You have once again played into my hands, because if we discuss Princess Bride, this stream will become even more searchable in retrospect!
That was what I was going for. So you accidentally played into my game. My game was
No,
helping you.
because your
No.
game was to derail me, and my game was to generate content for engagement purposes, so,
Yeah, but
it
what
is...
what says that derailing has to mean that we are not creating content? We can create content about me derailing you. That's also a completely possible possibility.
So, I guess that just leaves us with one question. Is there anything we can say about The Princess Bride which has not already been memed into undeath and back? Because The Princess Bride is a major cultural touchstone for a lot of people.
You don't say.
We could spend another 2 hours just talking about The Princess Bride and not make any meaningful contribution to that discourse.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm not the expert given that I have seen it once, barely. I have
Yeah,
seen it
same.
once with half an eye. So, not an expert.
Same. I only watched it for I only watched it the one time, and frankly that was just so that I would be able to get the jokes.
Exactly. You watched it to say that you have watched it, and that was that.
Sorry to fans of The Princess Bride who clicked onto this video because because the YouTube algorithm said that it featured content from The Princess Bride in it. That's not at all what happened. It just contains a couple of people from opposite sides of the planet saying, "Yup, that sure was a movie."
I mean, that sure was a movie, and there were some people in it whom I do not know, and they did things, and they said inconceivable, and that was that.
I mean, I
The
guess the
end.
other thing we could say about the movie is that it is now become such a cultural phenomena that there is now very little we can say that hasn't already been said about it. It's
And you
it's
already
to the
said that, so now it's it.
well, yeah, but now I'm attempting to find something we can do to discuss that point about the movie. It's now so culturally ubiquitous that there is nothing else you can say about it which has not already been said.
Yeah.
I mean, as a cultural phenomena, um, literary critics will say that James Joyce's Ulysses was the more important work. On the one hand, if you're comparing directly to The Princess Bride, but the fact is, most people have not read Ulysses. I think
Yep.
Mike Rugnetta from the PBS Ideas channel famously said that it is a book which has been more discussed than read. And having tried to read it once myself, I can say that's definitely an accurate summary of the situation. Nobody, well, very few people in the popular culture have attempted to say anything meaningful about Ulysses, despite the fact that literary critics will claim it is the more important work. And I think that I may have just finally found the one thing left unsaid about The Princess Bride, which can still be said, which is that despite their alleged comparative literary merits, I think The Princess Bride is the more important work, since it will have the greater impact on the culture going forward. And there's a zombie spawner or
Oh.
something in here ahead, so let's get back to remembering that this is a Minecraft stream for a couple of minutes while I try to navigate this situation. Not terribly helpful, but I can use that string. There will be another... What do you call it? There will be another chest somewhere else.
Chinks. I mean, if you wanted to say something that people don't usually say about the Princess Bride, then you could say that I happen to know people who have no idea what the Princess Bride is, so.
But let's be honest here. Do you
Congratulations,
know
us.
anyone like that? Does
Yes!
that statement describe anybody you are well acquainted with? Because it
Yes!
doesn't describe anyone I know. I'm pretty sure everyone I know has at least seen The Princess Bride once. The only person who might not have seen The Princess Bride once that I can think of is my dad. Or more specifically, he will say that he cannot recall having seen The Princess Bride. But once you describe it to him for a few minutes, he'll be like, oh, yeah, I saw that ages ago. Didn't think too much about it.
Yeah, no, I think I have tons of people here who have no idea what Princess Bride is. It has no relevance in this country. At least not to anyone older than 30s maybe. I think it's a very internety thing.
Oh, sure.
So,
It's, maybe that's part of it. The the apparent cultural ubiquity of The Princess Bride, from your and my perspectives, is a consequence of our entrenchment in internet culture. If we were a part of literally any other subset of humanity, perhaps it would not be so culturally ubiquitous to us. Or, sorry, it wouldn't seem so culturally ubiquitous to us.
yeah, I think uh, I think most. I mean, my parents had no idea what I was talking about when I was trying to get them to watch it. So that's one pair of human beings who had no idea what I was going on about. Um, so there we have found a topic. Oh, what's the word? Not oft described when talking about the Princess Bride.
Okay. I've got everything I could conceivably need to go into the Nether. And the
I mean,
question
except
is
for the
now...
portal.
Yeah, except for the portal to actually get there.
It's kind of a important thing, you know,
Yeah.
for getting off.
How deep are we here? 27. That means it'll probably be closer if I just dig down to layer 12 and dig a straight line. Okay, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23.
Isn't that where there be diamonds?
Yeah, but layer 12 is also the layer where you will be right above any pools of lava you happen to encounter. 20, 19, 18,
How's your timer
17,
going?
16, 15, 13, 12. Did I get it? One off. Weird. 12. How's the timer doing? Good question. We have got no time.
Wow.
Nice timing
That
there,
was
Oolaan.
yeah.
Well,
I was impressed.
we have once again failed to get anything done. I'm looking at you, viewer. This one's on you. You distracted us with this. Yeah, okay,
No,
fine.
we
It's
were
not on
on
the
the
viewer.
menu.
It's not on the viewer. That's the inside of my head. Why am I looking at the inside of my head? Get me out of here. I don't like this.
Wait. No,
Get
no,
me
no,
out
no,
of
no,
this
no.
hole!
No. We need to rewind. Wait, you just said that it was my fault that we derailed. Therefore, I have won!
I mean, you did succeed
the
on
end
at
of the
least one
show,
derailment
I
there, Oolaan.
derailed us. I
But it
managed
looks
to
like we
derail us
have no
after
new
all.
people to tell to like, comment, subscribe, sacrifice your firstborn children to me, give me all your money, do something, anything, please!
Tell me that I have won this game, which we have played, apparently. so I can be happy, which is important to me. Woo! Victory!
Well, once more into the holes. Remembering to set the timer this time. It's going to be the last time. We've got 30 minutes left before I need to go and be a productive member of society. Here we go.
Really? You actually believe yourself to be a productive member of society. That's actually a very decent start. Congratulations.
I mean, it is a pretty low bar to clear.
I mean,
Do you not consider yourself to be a productive member of society?
define productive. If you mean productive by, being perfectly capable of derailing other more productive people, then yes, I am incredibly productive. If you mean it by doing much else, then less so. Productive is such a nice word. In anything, actually.
Hmm. That viewer number keeps oscillating between 2 and 3. And I don't know if that just means that Sfu is tuning in whenever they have time.
No, Saddest Kitty has joined us.
Saddest kitty.
Yeah. And they are awfully quiet.
Yes. Saddest kitty, say hi in the chat. What's your deal? Why are you watching us? What do you want from me?
Why are you the saddest kitty? Why are you so silent? You could be giving us new pop culture references to talk about. Ooh, apple. Oh, speaking of apples.
I am not terribly enthused by the possibility that I will be stuck in this jungle. It's not a good biome. The underbrush is a pain, and if I didn't find this hole as soon as I did, I probably would... There's iron right there on the... Iron and coal right on the surface! Oh, yeah! Now we're in business. Okay. Let's go!
I'm still very much enthusiastic about that apple, though. Because it gives me an excellent segue to distraction! We must now speak about the Da Vinci Code!
I mean, I will grant you that the Da Vinci Code did involve a number of apples, but why on earth would you think that the Da Vinci Code is a relevant piece of pop culture? All of the actors involved in the film have gone on to do bigger and better things, and furthermore, everyone who was involved in the book, or everyone who was enthused by the book, has since moved on to Dan Brown's other works. If we want to be really relevant, we should talk about Inferno, but honestly, I haven't read Inferno. The last Dan Brown book I read... The last Dan Brown book I read was, The Lost Symbol? Yeah, I think it was The Lost Symbol.
Well, then you're one step more relevant than I am because I haven't read a single Dan Brown book. So, congratulations, me.
No, congratulations to me. You're confessing to being a Philistine who only got into Dan Brown for the sake of the Da Vinci Code.
No, I'm confessing to being a very weird 5-year-old whose favorite movies were...
Wait, you watched
for some reason. Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Indeed.
Weird choice, but okay.
I mean, I don't think you can decide that 5-year-olds have bad taste because this is an inherently obvious thing about 5-year-olds. Yeah, I mean, I had a favorite book when I was 4, which was The Hobbit. And it went downhill real fast from there. I somehow skipped all the relevant children's entertainment.
I was going to say
Except
that if your favorite book at age 4 was The Hobbit, then you were definitely doing better and having better taste than most 4-year-olds.
I mean, that's very unfair, I would say, because most 4-year-olds being a fan of the Da Vinci Code is a bit of a no-no,
Hmm.
I would assume. Doesn't exactly seem like a very popular thing in the kindergarten scene.
Would you even bother to characterize kindergarten as a scene, though?
Apparently, I am now. Uh, Also, if you have a younger sibling and you see what all goes down there, then it might as well be.
Hmm. I have a younger sibling who was in kindergarten once.
Well, you should hear the trauma that's happening all the time. Just,
Well, isn't.
yeah.
Do you have more than one younger sibling?
I have two, which is more than I needed.
Okay, then.
And I'm also technically the oldest-ish person who is a child in my like family, close family circle. So I grew up around a veritable gang of kids.
Okay, then.
Yeah, it's been fun. Makes me real popular at dinner parties. Don't ask what I was trying to say with that. I do not know.
Congratulations, you derailed yourself.
I keep telling you that's my main thing. That's my. I was gonna say this specific word in my own language, which would have been perfect if you would have had any idea what I was talking about.
Well,
But
spell it in the
thankfully,
chat and we'll try it later.
no. I'm definitely not saying that word now. Because then I would be actually on topic for once, and we're not doing that.
Hmm. Foiled
No, no.
again.
By my own self. Yes, indeed. I ruin all of the people's fun, including my own.
Hmm. Alright, well.
Anyway, back to the
Excuse me!
video.
That guy has got
Ooh.
poor
Hello.
aim for a skeleton. And I'm practically dead. I am not gonna survive this very long.
I mean, I'm just impressed that they managed to spawn here, if I'm fair. If I'm honest. Or like, words. Not my forte.
I think anyone watching this will have gathered that by now. This is an abandoned mineshaft, and I am
Ooh.
definitely not going to survive this experience for much longer.
Yeah, I would say a tactical retreat, perchance. No?
No. The
Okay,
only way
never
out
mind.
is through. This is... The name of this show is Complete or Perish. Or... What is it? Yeah, Complete or Perish. We must complete the game or perish trying, Oolaan. Those are our only options.
Whatever you say.
Fortunately, I now have enough iron that I might be able to make this situation slightly more survivable for myself. Except that I forgot to make a bit more wood first. There we go. Nope. Need more wood than
Yeah,
that.
please. Please do make yourself a boat. It will save you, I swear.
Boom. Okay.
You're just gonna jump right in?
No. I'm hearing
Okay.
zombies, but I'm not seeing zombies. And that's the situation you don't want to be in with regards to zombies.
I would have assumed you wouldn't want to be in most situations regarding zombies, but you
Well,
know,
that's the thing.
whatever.
Sometimes you don't have a choice with regards to zombies. So you make the best of a bad situation regarding zombies and you get on with your life.
And then you say regarding zombies 20 times in a row until everyone has gotten the point regarding zombies.
Yep.
I think I only just now noticed that you don't have Minecraft sounds. So,
You're not hearing Minecraft sounds?
no, I sure ain't.
Okay, you're...
I, I,
You know why
I was
that
thinking.
is? I'm hearing the
Mhm.
Minecraft sounds, and the reason I'm hearing the Minecraft sounds is because I'm playing Minecraft, but you're not hearing my Minecraft sounds because you... That's the zombie right over there.
I'm not playing Minecraft.
Yeah, you're not playing Minecraft, and you're listening through Discord, so Discord is filtering this through... Discord is filtering the sounds you're hearing so that you're not hearing sounds coming out of my computer. But since I'm using OBS, the people who are listening to the Twitch stream will be hearing my Minecraft sounds. And now
Well,
I am
we don't.
definitely gonna die. Perish!
Wow, you
Yeah,
are gonna
this
die.
is bad. But I have barricaded that route. Come here! Come here!
Well, you're gonna knock your head and die with that one measly half heart.
Yep. That's the idea. How long can we keep this going? It's a train wreck.
Well, at least you know it.
Yeah, that's the one thing I could hope for. Was this. Come on, have food. Nope.
Shouldn't you be able to eat seeds?
You would think so. There's a second skeleton over there.
Couldn't you grow seeds? Oh yes, too. Please block it with the iron. Oh yes, and blow yourself up. This is fun.
Yeah.
Dead?
Mr. Skeleton, I've got a present for you. How do I want
Might
to do
that
this?
present be death?
Oh, well, that's the plan, at least.
I like plants.
Come here. Come here! Shoot me! Okay,
Oh,
that took care of the one that the zombie had been creaming.
yep.
But there's
You
still
sure
that
did.
other one dead ahead of me. Okay. So, the question is, are there any more of them to the left or the right? The zombie turned left when he went after him. Hi there.
You got your answer?
Yeah, left.
Chests. Come on, chests. No chests.
No chests.
But at least now that I know that you have Minecraft sounds, I understand how you've been so relaxed about all of those very quietness situations we've been having this whole time.
Yes.
Because I have been intensely aware of every second of silence.
Okay, well, glad to know this is an asymmetric experience. We will factor that into future guest appearances by other guests. Gotta say that the awareness I could die at any moment has certainly sharpened my attention on this, but still no chests. And no coal. There's coal.
You're not even trying to jump, are you? Ooh, no food. Damn it.
No food. But
Food.
need to sweep the area
With
first.
no food.
Hey!
What? Might survive yet. At least a little bit.
Tavy can have a little survival as a treat.
Yes, indeed. And look at that. Hearts are all coming back. Oh, very nice of them.
Yes.
Oh, and now there's food everywhere, of course.
Well, not food everywhere, and certainly not of course, but there's
It's
my
right
last
next to
holdout.
That's just perfect. I think you should be making some armor.
Good plan.
How much time? You gonna get anywhere
We've
at
got,
all?
I think, about 10 minutes.
I mean,
Probably
you have
not gonna
iron.
get too far, but
Wait, so if you get into the nether, then it's all fair.
if I get into the nether, I will say it's fair game to give myself a bit more time. But
Okay.
if I don't get into the nether within the next 10 minutes, then I'll probably have to call myself out for wasting time doing all this faffing around down in a hole. And to that
I
end,
mean, you're
how deep is
basically
this hole?
missing-
33.
Basically missing lava and some flint, and you could be pretty well off.
Yeah, but we need standing lava. And for that, we need to get deeper.
Deeper and deeper. Oh no.
That's right. I know how to do the thing with the bucket. Ha!
Wow. I tremble before your skills. Sarcastically.
I'm being shot at. Where is it coming from? Over there. Those buggers will be on us shortly.
Well, that's the first time we've seen redstone, so there's something new to look at.
Yeah.
Still think you're kind of not doing the one thing you should be doing, but, you know.
Yeah, well.
I think there might be a reason why you're not making it. And that reason might have something to do with you not being focused at
No,
thing
I'm looking
you
for places where I can go down because I know that when I go down, I will eventually... Excuse me. That's incredibly rude. Who is shooting at me?
Do
This
you
guy.
want me to answer that really obvious question, or...?
There we go. He has stopped shooting at me now.
Yeah, that does...
Okay. Need to
It
find a
happens
way
when
to
you
get
die.
into the nether from here. It's gonna be a tricky business, to be certain. Because I do not have a flint. But... we will be resourceful. We will do new things in interesting and dynamic ways.
Well,
Okay.
good luck with that.
How do I want to do this? There's gravel underneath here.
Ooh. Wow, you are lucky. Right now, at least.
Yes.
Oh, that's less good.
Nope, that's fine. It was all area that I didn't need.
There was some gravel there.
Yeah, there's all kinds of gravel down here. I'm just... There it is.
Aha. Gotcha.
Okay. Now I need to take my... There we are. Okay. And... Alright. So far, so good. That works. That works very nicely.
Wow. It did work out pretty, you know, spot perfect.
Crap. Okay. This gets to go there for the moment because I need to grab one of these water
Water.
sources. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay. That can sit there. This is gonna go... in here, where it'll fall straight down. And I need to dig out above it. And if I put that in there, yeah, that did it.
Hey, it actually worked. Surprise.
Yeah. Boom! Ha!
Ah. I'm actually pretty surprised that you didn't die. So
Yeah, well, I'm not out of the
congratulations.
woods yet. I need to get one more piece of gold. Because otherwise, I'm gonna be toast in about 30 seconds. Those piglins over there will see me, and if I don't have a piece of gold armor on, they're going to come running with all they've got. There we go.
Ooh,
Nobody
gold.
move. Nuts!
Why gold?
Still not enough.
I actually didn't know that you could evade those new piggies with gold. So
Yeah, if you're
the
wearing
more
a
people
piece of gold armor, that is enough to deter them. But I need to get down to where the gold is, and those skeletons might notice me at any moment.
you do like the word any, or rather the phrase any moment, don't you? I
Yeah.
think you said it like 5 times in the span of 3 minutes.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. In this context, what I was referring to was the fact that they would notice me immediately unless I did something, and in all cases I did something, which was to turn around and run in the other direction.
It's the usual thing to do, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, I don't know where those two others went, but
Ta-da!
boom. There. Safe.
Aha.
Okay. Well, let's find that nether fortress. Or, you know, a bastion would also work. Because a bastion will have lots of gold in it, and we can use that to trade with the new piglins. So, the question now becomes... Where, oh where is a building?
Should gather some mushrooms for the stew. You're clearly soon running out of food.
Yeah. Mushroom stew isn't all that dense, though. It's not a...
Do you see any other options?
Not really.
Therefore, my option.
Excuse me, Mr. Gast. That's incredibly rude of you.
Yeah, they haven't. They aren't actually known for being nice. So
Yeah.
surprise. Ew. I do like the pointing back thing.
Keeps
It's a
dodging, though.
ping pong.
This is going nowhere. Oh, great. Now there's two of them.
Oh,
Hi there, bud. How's my health plan? Here, you draw their fire.
you give him something?
Yeah. And he gave me arrows. But I did not make a bow yet.
Is there a reason why you're bothering with those White Walkers?
They're called ghasts, and I'm
I know.
bothering with them because they're shooting at me.
Yes, and you have to be where they are shooting at. Why?
Because where they are at and where they are shooting at is actually just wherever I'm standing.
Yeah, I don't actually think they're that good at going through walls, though. So if we
No.
just
Which is why I
went,
went through walls. But
yeah,
I'm trying to explore places that aren't buried in walls, so I need this bow here so that I can shoot back at them. Are you picking up what I'm putting down, Oolaan? Do you
not
see why
with
this
that
might be a problem
tone
for
of
me?
voice. I am, I am. Oh my god, English words are not my friends today. I have this thing against picking up things put down by condescendingly said person. So
Fair enough.
you you can uh, you can try that again. Also, you didn't notice my clever callback to the first reference we had here, which you can also now link to.
I left my crafting table in the hole.
Wow, you're actually concentrating to something for once. Interesting.
Well, as you yourself have just pointed out, my alternative is focus or get whacked. Or more specifically, focus on getting mushroom stew. Or get whacked because I didn't have any mushroom stew.
Yep, that is
Unfortunately,
a thing.
as I mentioned, it's not a very dense food source, which means that if I get hungry, I'm basically going to have to hunker down somewhere that I can work on making some.
It doesn't take all that many mushrooms, so at least that's neat.
Yeah, there is that. There we go.
Make some head armor.
Not at the moment. I will get better mileage out of my gold by saving it for trades than I will for using it to make additional pieces of armor just at the moment.
Fair enough. You do have to find a place for trading, which you're not doing at the moment.
There we go.
Oh,
Need
I
to be
think
sure to
Nether.
get some archery practice in on account of the fact that it's going to be a key skill in the end game.
That's fair. But I think that the Nether has actually gotten way more dangerous than it was before. We do have to mention. Because the last time that I played Minecraft, or at least that I played Minecraft in the Nether, I didn't die once, despite being there with stone tools. So,
Well, you probably also weren't looking for trouble to the same degree that I am.
you aren't looking for trouble, you're barely walking around. What are you talking about?
Okay. doesn't look like there's too much over there, but there is more places to stand and look. So, over there we go.
I mean, that's always the thing in Nether. The places to stand are the best places to be. The new Nether update, did it only add weird green, blue places? Or was there anything else interesting that happened?
There is also a red forest biome.
Huh.
So the Nether is a far more diverse place than it used to be. Also, the great big piles of, what is it? There's another type of stone we get now in the Nether.
Huh.
Basalt.
Which
We get basalt and blackstone in the Nether.
Huh. Sounds familiar, but I don't think Markiplier has ever survived long enough to know anything about those, so I don't know where I have heard of them.
Well, basalt is a real rock, so...
Oh, thank you. Indeed it is. But I was thinking about Minecraft here. Oh no.
Dude, get out of the way! Why are you guys following me up here? This is no place to die!
I mean, they're doing just fine. I don't know what you're complaining about.
Excuse me. I'm trying to see around you, and I don't want to be trying to use a pickaxe in a confined space with the two of you. As a matter of fact, do not follow me.
Stay away! Peasants!
No,
I mean, they just want to be warm. They're having a nice shower and you ruined it. You monster.
yeah, you got on my stream just to derail me while I was trying to focus, and I'm the monster. Okay, sure.
I mean... depends whether you think derailing is a good or a bad thing.
I mean, generally it's seen as a bad thing. A derailment back in the days of mass locomotive transport, and for that matter still today, given the amount of freight that moves by rail, a derailment is a catastrophe.
Well, I've seen some pretty awful looking trains, so I guess that's an opinion.
I'm gonna have to say a hard no to that, in fact. It's not just that derailments are bad as a matter of opinion. Derailments are, in fact, objectively bad. Unless, of course, you've got a situation in which the train should never have been moving to begin with. And if you've gotten to the point where you're transporting trains that are bad, then you've got, fundamental reevaluation of your transport industry that needs to be undertaken. So the only way that a derailment could conceivably be a good thing is from an outside perspective on an objectively bad transportation system. And if you've gotten to a point where your transportation system is that screwed up, you've got bigger things to worry about than a derailment.
I mean, we aren't a country that had the crazy AIDS incident, so I think we're doing just fine. Thank you very much. Also, we call our trains carrots, so we are just obviously cooler than everybody else.
I don't even begin to know what to make of that. And I'm dead.
Well, you're dead, so you can't think of anything.
Well, it's been real, Oolaan. Thank you for joining me today. And as to anyone who may still be listening, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, leave a comment, tell your friends, tell your enemies, generate engagement. I mean, if you disliked it, if you disliked Oolaan's derailment, leave a dislike. Any engagement is good. Any engagement is good engagement.
No,
and I will see you all on Saturday when James will be back. Nope, we're ending the stream. Goodbye.